I've talked about on this show before, Buck, my affinity for Buc-ee's, which is this large gas station convenience store. If you have not been to a Buc-ee's, and I actually met the founder of Buc-ee's, who's a big Texas A&M fan, at the Texas A&M Alabama game. He was awesome. And my wife and kids were more excited to meet him than anybody else that we met during that game, and coaches and everything else. They were super excited to meet him. So we stopped there in North Alabama on our way back to Nashville. This massive Buc-ee's. We were planning it for a while. We're all going to go get food. Everybody is super excited to go in. And outside Buck, I took a picture. They are trying to hire people at Buc-ee's. Now, remember, this is rural, relatively speaking, North Alabama in the Huntsville area. I saw this, and I couldn't believe. So, a couple of things. They have amazing bathrooms at Buc-ee's, like pristine. You can make $40,000 a year if you work at a Buc-ee's cleaning their bathrooms. You can make, they have a car wash. They had a car wash at this Buc-ee's. You can make $125,000 or more a year. And if you're the general manager of one of these Buc-ee's, you can make $225,000 a year. A couple of other things that stood out to me. This is a sign that they post outside because they're always hiring. They give you 6% match on your 401k. So thousands of dollars a year on the match. And you get 3 weeks paid off, paid time off. You can make more money working at this gas station than you can in like 75 or 80% of jobs out there. I posted this. You can go look at it. And Buck, I love this because I want all employees to make as much money as possible. But Buc-ee's has such a thriving business, and they are doing so incredibly well that they are rewarding their employees. They're not being mandated. There's no like minimum wage of $20 in Alabama. Trust me. They're not being mandated to pay this. Yay, capitalism. They are running such a good business that what they have determined is the quality of employee that they will get if they pay more is so much better, and they will stay longer, that the overall profitability of the business is better. This is not big government coming in and saying anything. Can you believe $125K to manage a car wash, $225K to run one of these gas stations as the general manager? I mean, I love it. I love everything about this business. It's rare I say this. I think they're privately held. If they ever raised money, I would put as much spare money as I have into this business. That's how much I trust what they're doing.
As we know, I've never been to Buc-ee's. My name is Buck, and yet I've never been to Buc-ee's. It's a little sad. I don't know where the closest one is to where I am. Do they have it in Florida anywhere? I don't think they have it in Florida. Am I wrong on that?
Oh, that's a great question. I actually talked to them, and I think they were going to be opening in Florida soon, if I remember our conversation, because my wife brought it up because she said she wanted one closer for our drive down to Florida.
Now, I told you I've been reading that Walter Isaacson, Elon Musk biography, and it's fascinating. It's very, very well written. It's very easy read too. Moves very fast. And I've been reading it, Clay, and you pick up from Elon Musk stuff that you probably would have guessed, which is that he creates an atmosphere where just there's an almost unreasonable demand for excellence and speed. And dedication. It's very similar to the Steve Jobs approach, which also obviously bore considerable fruit. But in this case, you see that from Elon. Why is you talk about Buc-ee's the way that I feel like people talk about some of the services that have changed. They'll talk about their.
It's my favorite brand in the country.
That's
and I was talking about this.
Mind blowing. Why are they so good though? Is what I want to know. What makes them so? What makes a Buc-ee's your favorite brand? I'm just curious.
Well, so one, the bath. If you have ever gone to a gas station bathroom, I bet almost everybody out there feels like you're taking your life into your hands to go into a gas station bathroom. You go into a Buc-ee's, It's like you are going into a spotless 5-star hotel. It's incredible the amount of effort and energy they have to keep those things spotless. And that matters for a guy. I bet for women it's even better because men, I think, in general, tend to be messier than women. So the bathrooms are spotless. If you got kids, if you got wife and kids that you're traveling with, like you don't feel unsafe. But the branding of it is just, it's so well done. You can get anything, right? You can go in and get a barbecue brisket sandwich. You can also buy you could buy like healthy eating too. And then they branded so many of their own individual products. I make a joke because I basically buy things at Costco and at Amazon, right, online. And then every time I go in Buc-ee's, I want to spend more because I just love the brand that they've created. Now, the gas is very cheap relative to what gas would cost elsewhere. And it's this massive, probably 20-acre plus footprint that they take down. But they're doing what they do, which is sell gas and provide convenience to people driving on the interstate better than anybody else has ever done it. And so it's the excellence of the product combined with the efficiency of the business that my jaw just drops every time I walk into it. And I don't even know. I was talking with my wife. I can't even think of a comparable brand. The Kirkland, I don't know about you, but I buy a lot of Kirkland brand products at Costco. That is the Costco house brand.
I think Carrie's at Costco right now, by the way. She loves Costco.
Costco is my favorite place.
It's funny. My brother-in-law also loves Costco. My sister and I talk about it. He loves going to Costco runs.
Yes.
My wife loves Costco. They get excited. Like making the list of what to buy at Costco is a fun process for them. Other stores, I'm like, hey, how about some help with the dry cleaning? Nope, no interest.
I mean, I bet I haven't been to a mall in a year. I get excited to go to Costco and I get excited to go to Buc-ee's. And so I am impressed. What I love about it is just so like I sound like an evangelist here. But when I saw those salaries, I just, again, this is North Alabama. Their stores tend to be by and large in rural-ish areas. I don't even know what the second best job in that. I mean, let's leave aside rocket scientist in Huntsville. There are a lot of those guys too. But in terms of a second best job you could get without a college degree, I don't even know what number 2 would be in that area.
2 Buc-ee's in the whole state of Florida. One here seems to be right in the Daytona Beach area. So it looks like I got to go up to Daytona Beach and I can check out a Buc-ee's and have this barbecue sandwich. No bread, obviously, because can't do the gluten.
I mean, it's a Texas-based brand by and large. Again, I mentioned the guy who founded it is a big Texas A&M Aggie, who also, by the way, fired and hired a new coach recently. It's crazy time. Do you know how much, Buck? Texas A&M is paying. You have no clue. I'm going to let you set the over-under. They fired their head football coach. Did you see this already?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so, but the way you were reacting, I thought you were going to blow me away and just nail the number right off the top because you had seen it was a huge story. All right, Texas A&M fired their head football coach. Guy named, you're going to like this, Jimbo Fisher. All right, Jimbo Fisher won a national championship at Florida State. They hire him away. They bring him to Texas A&M. They fired him a couple of weeks ago. What is Jimbo Fisher's buyout? What is he being paid by Texas A&M, Buck, to never coach college football again?
I saw this because I saw in your Twitter feed. So I get my sports news from Clay Travis's Twitter feed. I was like $70 million, right?
$76 million paid out. He never coaches again. It's not offset by any other job he ever gets. They have to pay him $76 million, the biggest buyout in the history of college athletics.
I think it's insane.
It's good work, by the way. Is there any job you could be fired from that you would feel bad if they gave you $76 million to leave?
Running like the puppy orphanage or something. I don't know. What do you mean?
I would be glad to be fired anywhere for $76 million. Anybody that wants to hire me for anything and then you want to fire me, you get me. You get my full attention for $76 million.
There's $76 million would get it done, I think, for anybody out there.
I think some of the money that Buc-ee's is making, by the way, Big Booster, the owner, probably being taken from all of us going to Buc-ee's to give to Jimbo Fisher. because to buy him out. But anyway, I love that place. You can go look at those salaries. Capitalism, it's kind of a good thing, and I love it when government gets out of the way and lets successful businesses reward their employees as opposed to trying to mandate things.